All right. So let's get on to the next edition. We're going to talk about James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee. So we're going to break down the positive and negative, and I'll give you my thoughts on James Pierce Jr. So, on the positive side, if you want a speed rusher, James Pierce just fits that mold. He's about 6'5", 245 pounds. He tested well at the combine with a 4.47. I mean, the production at Tennessee is unbelievable. He was a huge difference on that defense. So he was definitely disruptive. The talent is there. I mean, what you saw. He had about a good amount of production there. So when he was on the field, Tennessee's defense was pretty damn good. But when you had this guy on your team, he's going to be a nice complementary. So if the 49ers were to draft James Pierce, you like the idea that you get yourself a speed rusher, right? So Nick Bosa needs a complementary with him. You know, he needs somebody to be on the other side. You know, we haven't had that since Dee Ford in 2019. Even when he wasn't healthy, he was a factor too. But you're getting somebody almost as close to that type of talent, right? So James Pierce Jr. just happens to fit the mold. He's a speed rusher. He just has a certain talent that you can't teach. But one thing that can be a huge difference for him is maybe the culture locker room can be a difference. The culture locker room, like maybe he would fit really well. Because some people would say, well, let's be honest. The guy has a little bit of a character, right? He has a little bit of a problem. So we don't know what he can be. You know? Can that be a distraction? Probably not. But if you go play for a team like the 49ers who are a winning culture, maybe the winning culture would take away all that toxin away from him. So that could be the positive side, is maybe that 49ers culture would probably make him better as a football player. But on this side, man, he can be your day one immediate starter, or he can be on your rotation. He can have a impact like you saw with Aldon Smith. Maybe on the rotation he'll have like a standout rookie year. But on the end of the day, bro, this is a guy you're taking a chance on based by his talent. Probably not by his character, but now that we're going to get on to the negative side, there's a lot of factors of why it may not work out for the 49ers if they get this guy. You want a guy who's committed to playing football. You want a guy who cares about playing this game, right? That's a question mark we're getting with James Pierce Jr., bro. A lot of this attitude is something that Niners don't want to tolerate, right? And then there's some issues that he got arrested. So is that something that we might have to look into? Does this regime have some double standards when it comes to something like this? Because last time we deal with a player like that, like Reuben Foster, they didn't play this type of game no more. So that can be a little bit of a red flag for them to just not even bother to get this kid. But he's too good to pass, no doubt. He's too good to pass. You want a guy that can be a game changer right there, right? But the problem is, what was he like in Tennessee? Was he very likable? Was he kind of a guy that made plays? Was the effort there? Or what was it with James Pierce Jr.? What was it with this kid? It's just, you want to know if he really is committed to football. That's the only question you're part concerned about. Like, the guy is an exceptionally good football player. But what you saw in college was he produced pretty well. But at the next level, is he going to be toxic? That's the question. You see a lot of these guys with great talent, but it hides away from their character, some of it. But if he can turn around and be in a good environment, I think this guy will be exceptionally a good football player. But I feel like if you draft this guy, I wouldn't be upset about this pick. I think you want to get a guy who could be a nice complementary. You need a speed rusher. He's not quite good against the run, but he can work on that. Maybe add a little bit of weight, and he'll be all right. But I feel like at the next level, there's a lot to like about him. So I feel like the talent is there, but it depends on the culture. It depends on what team drafts him. If he doesn't fit well in that culture, he can be a bust. Who knows? But I think at the next level, he will be a great addition to the 49ers. He will fit well in that culture. He will fit well in that locker room. He will really be a great tone setter for this team. So I feel like you get a lot with James Pierce Jr. at the next level, but you're taking a chance on a guy with character concerns and red flags, so we'll see. You know what I mean?